Hello. Welcome. How are all of you on this beautiful evening? If you can hear me and see me clearly, go ahead and shoot this video a heart or a thumbs up and tell me where you are tuning in from in the comment section below. I'm going to say a quick hello to several of you. I wish you could see to the left the sunsets. I have the most gorgeous sunsets ever. I'm so lucky. Like, I feel so grateful. Let's see who we have on here. And those of you who are new, I am Andrea Cox, intuitive healer, holistic wellness coach. And I am here to do a little healing, something that I have done in the past, and from one of my teachers, who is Louise Hay, and I'm going to be using some of her work today in what I'm doing. So I've done a similar video like this in the past, and it went really well. So just continue telling me where you're tuning in from, continue hitting the thumbs up button, and yeah, city, state, country. And I'm just going to welcome, tell me where you are tuning in from. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. Good to see you, my friend from Mexico. I can't see my own live on Instagram, so I'm just going to get started. So before we get started, I'm going to use one of my singing bowls and kind of break up the energy. So if you have any stagnant energy in your body, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to share with you one other technique to move your energy. So if you've had a busy day, if you've had a rough day, if you're just getting home, if you're just settling down for dinner, if you have to bathe your kids, if you have to run your dog up a mountain, whatever you have to do, let it go for the next 10 minutes. It's really amazing how no matter what type of day I've had, I can literally grab whatever singing bowl I feel led to. That was the heart chakra singing bowl, and I instantly feel calm. So I have to plug my things before we get started. Eat Right for Your Zodiac, the number 4 Your Zodiac, in Barnes & Noble, in Target stores, also on AndreaCox.com and on Amazon. Also, the Detox Intuitive store on Etsy. We've got tons of these, like sage, Palo Santo, Mexican copal, dandelion bundles. So check those out. Water fasting retreats, juice fasting retreats, new dates are up. So the reason I decided to go live with all of you today, and what prompted this, was I have a woman that is probably going to be coming for a water fasting retreat at a nearby resort with me in a few months. And I spoke to her on the phone today. She's in the medical community, and she suffers from major alopecia. So alopecia. And alopecia is when you lose your hair. And immediately what intuitively came up for me regarding her was, why are you giving too much? Right? Whenever we have thinning hair, we're not in a reciprocal situation. Whenever we lose our hair, you have to look at what you go through in life on the physical plane when you come into contact with other humans around you. So if it's weight gain, if it's weight loss, if it's skin rashes, if it's hair loss, all of this has to do with what we're going through and who we're surrounding ourselves and what we're putting into our body, allowing to come into our mind, right? All of this on the outside, the physical, the health, has to do with what we're allowing in our life. So we have to address this. If we don't address it, we just let it be. So I've got a book here, Louise Hay, I Can Do It. It includes affirmations, but I've got an interesting story about her original book, which I can't seem to find. I probably gave it to one of my students or someone took it from a retreat. But her original book, You Can Heal Your Life. The day before I moved to Southern California from Dayton, Ohio, I went to a garage sale and I found that book for $1. And being the manifesting generator I am, ever since I was little, I would watch the Brady Bunch and I'd say, I want to meet Bobby. And Bobby became one of my clients, Chris Knight. There's videos of us together on YouTube. I said, I want to meet Louise Hay. And sure enough, we ended up with the same colon hydrotherapist in Encinitas, California. Donna was her name. And as I was walking in one day, Louise Hay was walking out. And she was a beautiful woman, very tall. She looked a lot younger than she was. And she had a beautiful aura about her. She had a crystal blue aura around her, and it was almost like a blue halo around her body. At least that's what I saw. And I can see auras on people. And I was like, wow, that happened. That's magical. This is a woman that I listened to her CDs and read her books for years. So a little manifesting generator secret story time for you. So let's talk about some ailments we can have and what could be causing them that maybe isn't diet related, right? I'll throw in some of the diet related things, but let's talk about some of the things that aren't diet related. So hair loss, balding. Yes, it can be minerals. Yes, it can be lack of minerals, lack of nutrients. It can also be non-reciprocation. So not receiving what we deserve in a friendship, in a relationship, at work. That can cause hair thinning and hair loss. It can also be a mineral deficiency. Write your ailment in the comments section below. Tell me what ails you. I see a lot of comments on Facebook. Those of you who are joining on Instagram, my Facebook is Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. It's hooked there. It's one of my biggest followings. So let's talk about overeating. Overeating, according to Louise Hay's work and other people's works, is not wanting to, it's need of protection is what overeating is. So needing protection, right? Wanting protection. So it's funny, when I moved into this house, I was 20 pounds lighter and I began to eat a lot when I moved here. And I probably needed it. I was pretty thin actually. And one of the things I was worried about when I moved here is, would the people be kind around me? I didn't know anyone. So I always get really nervous and scared because I'm kind of a lot to handle. And even though I'm a little hermit, it's scary. Now I feel like I can relax, right? So overeating is needing protection. Undereating is having too many people on you. So anorexia is too many people in your business. You often see girls, right, with anorexia, right? And their parents are all ready to send them to the first, wherever to get treatment. It's almost too much energy on us. It can also be, molestation has to do with anorexia. They've done studies on that. Let's get into Louise's book. I'm going to pull it up on my phone and I'm going to talk about some other things. So Excessive eating, fear, needing protection, judging emotions. So judging our own emotions. Loss of appetite, fear, protecting the self, not trusting life, overprotection. Arthritis, feeling unloved, criticism, resentment. Arthritic fingers, a desire to punish, blame, feeling victimized. Let's do anxiety. That's a big one. Anxiety, not trusting the flow and the process of life. I used to date someone that had anxiety, and it was always thinking the worst. Like the negative stuff always came out of his mouth. It was never positive. Itching, guilt over the past and remorse. Abscess, anger in relation to what you don't want to release. That's very similar to skin issues. When we know something has to leave our life, right? And we don't want to let go. We get angry, we get abscesses, right? I lived in a house for 8 years in Ohio that was absolutely gorgeous. It didn't hold a candle to this house, but it was gorgeous. It was huge, 5,000 square feet, right across the street from a rec center. And I kept wanting, I was like, I want to buy this house. I want to buy it. I want to buy it. I want to buy it. I lived in it for 8 years, and I didn't want to let it go, but that wasn't the place that I was supposed to end up at. I was supposed to leave my hometown. So I got a huge abscess on my back. I had to have it surgically removed. I didn't want to let go of that. So let's talk about constipation. What are you holding on to? What are you not releasing? When we have constipation, when we gain weight in our midsection, right, we're supposed to have a little bit of a Buddha belly, but when we gain weight right here, what are you holding on to? What are you trying to control? Excuse me, you guys, one moment. Stop. So sorry. So, stomach distension, holding on to things, that's what that has to do with. I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the comments on Facebook, and we will go from there. Hi from Canada. Hello in Sacramento. Hello in Inglewood, Ohio, my home city. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello in St. Augustine, Florida. Welcome. Continue telling me what you're where you're tuning in from. And also tell me what ails you. I want to know what you're suffering from in the comments. And I will get to you guys on Instagram when I'm done with this. So allergies. Who are you allergic to? Denying your own power. Who are you allergic to? When we have allergies, when we have a skin reaction, when we have our nose starts to run, nose running is actually a need of protection as well. But when our nose starts to run, when we start sneezing, who are you around that you're allergic to? It's not just foods. Our histamine levels and our mast cells release histamine. So our mast, M-A-S-T, cells, the cells of the body, the mast cells that hold histamine, release histamine when we have a reaction to something. It can be food or it can be a person, right? If you're, in a loveless relationship, your partner's cheating on you and you have a rash from head to toe, probably time to leave, right? If you're sitting down at the dinner table and you're having an allergic reaction, it could be something you're eating. Here's another really cool fact. We can actually become allergic to anything we eat while we are stressed out. We can, hang on one second. Hang on. Sorry. We can actually become allergic to anything we're eating when we're stressed out. So I became allergic to sweet potatoes one time. Why? Because I was eating dinner in a stressed out manner for a period of a year, having the same thing every night, and I became allergic to it. Let's look at some other things that Louise Hay talks about. Amnesia, fear, running from life, inability to stand up for the self. The ankle represents mobility and direction. So if we hurt our ankle, we don't know our ass from our elbow, so to speak. We're having trouble making a decision. Thank you for the hair compliment. Someone just messaged me and said, your hair, oh my God, thank you. It is mine. Acne, not accepting the self-dislike of the self. I had cystic acne growing up. Never had a good self-esteem. Addictions. Oh, this will be good. Let's see. Addictions. Why is it going sideways on me? Running from the self, fear, not knowing how to love the self. That is an addiction. Adrenal problems, defeatism, no longer caring for the self, and anxiety. Accidents. So if you're prone to accidents all the time, inability to speak up for the self, rebellion against authority, belief in violence. Abdominal cramps, as long as you're not pregnant. Fear, stopping the process. Let's look at some things we can say to get rid of these. Let's do a few more. Asthma, that's a common one. Smother love, inability to breathe for oneself, feeling stifled, suppressed, crying. You're supposed to say, it is safe now for me to take charge of my own life. I choose to be free. I choose to be free. It's funny, I had severe asthma, I'd never had it in my life, and I had it at the last house I was living in Las Vegas. I did, because someone was not leaving me alone. I felt smothered. So that's asthma. Athlete's foot, this is really common. You know, you could have gout, you could have athlete's foot. Why does this keep doing this to me? Frustration and not being accepted, inability to move forward with ease. Back problems, upper back, lack of emotional support, feeling unloved, holding back love. Middle back, guilt, stuck in all that stuff back there. Get off my back. So someone bothering you. Lower back, fear of money, lack of financial support. So what we should say for back problems, if it's upper back, I love and approve of myself. Life supports and loves me. Middle back, I release the past. I am free to move forward with love in my heart. Lower back, I trust the process of life. Oh, goodness. Bedwetting. Bedwetting, they say, is fear of a parent, usually the father. That's really interesting. Baldness, fear, tension, trying to control everything and everyone in your life. It's right here, guys. Just saying. Got a couple fire signs that probably need to read that. Okay. Baldness, fear, tension, trying to control everything and everyone in your life. So what I like to do is several things to release any ailment. So probably I've had a few ailments during my lifetime. When I was young, I had bulimia and anorexia for about a period of a year. And I healed myself through nurturing myself and leaving a long 11-year relationship that I was bored in. Pretty much. I was bored, so all the focus was going on my body. And there was also something that happened when I was really young and I hadn't processed it. So healed that in that way. When I had a skin issue for a period of a year, I left a relationship. It was the solution for me. It was the solution for me. And everything had been pointed out under the sun. Oh, it's your breast implants. Oh, it's this, it's that. No, it was actually that I had become allergic to toxicity and wanted peace in my life. The other person wasn't toxic. I wasn't toxic. We were toxic together. Okay? So that's another thing, taking responsibility for these things we go through in life. I shared a beautiful reel on Instagram. I'd love for all of you to read the actual caption. The caption is very beautiful and it's very true, and it's about relationships, and it's coming from a very authentic, healed place. Because when we feel it and we process it and we go through the emotions and we cry and we get anger, anger is it's a more powerful emotion than sadness. Sadness is the lowest of the vibrational frequencies when it comes to emotions. Anger, it holds more power. It's okay to be sad though. It's a necessary emotion. But when we go through these things, we can heal them. It's when we stuff them down and we suppress them that all of this stuff comes up to the surface, right? So I highly recommend all of you, Louise Hay passed away. I recommend you go get her book in Barnes and Noble or whatever. I have this book here, but I recommend, I Can Do It, but I recommend You Can Heal Your Life. Order it right now. I get nothing. I mean, this is my book, but I'm not promoting that today. I'm promoting her book. Why? Because I met her one time and she was a healed human. And because I feel like we were energetically connected, because I found her book at a garage sale for $1 the day before I moved to California. And I feel like that was symbolic. So, when we allow these things to come up, instead of drinking them down, effing them down, if you know what I mean, going from partner to partner to partner, smoking them down, snorting them down, whatever you do, when we allow these things, these emotions, these feelings, these ailments to come up and out of our body, and we actually sit with them and we're like, okay, why is this happening, right? Why is this happening? Why? When we allow ourselves to go through the process of healing and feeling the actual issue, we do heal. It's when we use drugs, alcohol, weed, whatever. It's when we use those things, sex, whatever. When we use those things to try to suppress our emotions, that's when we don't heal anymore. When we use cooked food, we can eat too much cooked food. I eat cooked food too. When we eat animal products, we're actually suppressing a big part of our expression, right? There's a reason you can't look at the slaughterhouses in videos on Instagram. There's a reason you can't listen or look, but you can eat meat, you can eat pork. And pork, pigs are smarter than a 4-year-old child. So there's a reason that you can't see what's going on, and they hide it from the public, but now it's all coming to the forefront. But you'll take part in the consumption of it. And so when we eat animal products, we're eating the fear, the anxiety, the terror in the animal at the time of it, crossing over. If you think animals don't feel, think again. Think again. And if you think a pig or a cow or a chicken is anything different than your dog or your cat that you love so dearly, you need to think about that on a deeper level. Sorry to bring out the vegan card, but I needed to bring it up. There's so many things that cause us to suppress where we are really supposed to be, even sex. I'll say the S word. If you're just going from partner to partner to partner because you can't get that one person out of your mind that you screwed over 4 years ago, you need to dissect that, right? If you're angry at someone who left you and doesn't want to have anything to do with you, and now you're in a new partnership, but you're still hyper focused on that past person and attacking them all the time, that's repressed anger, right? You're trying to build up something fake to try to, you're constantly wanting to defeat and one up, and it's like some kind of contest of nonsense. That's repressed anger. You have to feel these emotions to heal them. I'm going to talk about some other methods of healing that I've used over the years that have really, really worked for me. Biofeedback, also known as neurofeedback, I use the brain paint method, was highly, highly effective for me during my healing process. So biofeedback, they put all these little electrodes on your head, and you're looking at a computer screen and you're hearing something and you're seeing a visual change, and it actually changes your brain waves from beta to alpha, alpha to beta, however you want to be left for that session. I did 2.5 years of biofeedback right before I took my business to the next level. I did 2.5 years. I'm about to go through it again. I actually want to get educated in it. It's fascinating to me. Another way to heal is through sweating. Hi, Lewis. Sorry, you guys. Here, buddy. Here you go. Sorry, Lewis is 22. We let him do what he wants. He's going to come say hi. Hi, buddy. Probably she's tail right here. Hi, honey. What's a mess? Okay, so sweating. The skin is the largest organ of the body. So sweating is extremely healing, isn't it, Lewis? You sit with mommy outside the sweating thing all the time. So I have one in the back bedroom here. Red light therapy is healing. All the biohacking modalities are healing. However, nothing will heal you if you're drinking it away, smoking it away, eating it away, stuffing it down with animal products, cooked food, yada. Nothing will heal you. You have to stop suppressing it. Another way that people suppress is by not communicating. So they don't communicate, right? When they're unhappy in a relationship, they just go through the motions, allowing someone to control them, allowing someone to dictate what they do, or just sticking in a loveless relationship instead of sitting their partner down and saying, hey, I need this, this, and this. If you can't communicate with your partner without fear, that's not your person. So another way we suppress is we don't communicate. Thank you for telling me where you're tuning in from, you guys. So I want to talk about other ways of healing through diet, through fasting. It's not what we put in the body that matters. It does matter, but it's more of what we abstain from, right? So it's more of what we stay away from, what we leave out of the diet, the white flour, the white sugar, the processed, BS, the packaged, chemical laden foods. It's those that need to go. It's what we abstain from, not what we ingest. It's what we just leave out. And, silence. Moments of silence. I take a day of silence every week where I don't talk to anyone. I'll just go around my errands. I used to carry this little sign when I lived in Ohio, and it would say, thank you, taking a day of silence, thank you for understanding. And I would go to Trader Joe's, I would go to all these places, buy all my stuff, and I would just show that if someone tried to talk to me. Silence is really peaceful. You can digest a lot of unhealed trauma and energy through that. There's also cognitive behavioral therapy. If you want to get into the medical thing, you can digest pain that way. But get both of Louise Hay's books, God Rest Her Soul. You Can Heal Your Life and I Can Do It. They're also on audio. And she's got really powerful affirmations. Her affirmations in this book, she has affirmations for every single part of your life. I let go of all fear and doubt, and life becomes simple and easy for me. Oh, claim that. I claim it. Financial security puts me at ease and makes me feel good about my future. Claim it. I let go of childhood fears, and I am a secure, empowered human being. Love it. I realize that stress is only fear. I now release all fears. I am a capable person and I can handle anything that comes my way. I slowly breathe in and out, and I find myself relaxing more and more with each breath. So these are really powerful, but you can't say these and then not believe in them. You have to actually believe, right? No one can interfere with your destiny or what God had planned for you or has planned for you. Yeah, they can slow it down, but no one can interfere. No one can take that from you. No one can dupe that. No one can steal your energy. I had a woman that I did a Akashic reading for about a week ago, and she's like, I think someone was trying to steal my destiny. I'm like, are you kidding me? No one can do that shit. Like, no one. Your destiny is your destiny. You had a plan. God had a plan for you. Everything is pre-written before you got here. No one can interfere with that. Can they slow it down? Sure. Can they take it from you? Absolutely not. That's yours. Those are your God-given talents, your God-given gifts, your beauty, your poise, your grace, everything. Your ability to speak on camera, your ability to do TEDx talks. That's all, your ability to birth children, your ability to get your degrees, whatever it is for you. The sun just went down. I'm sad that I missed it. So I wanted to share these things with you because I feel like Louise Hay played a huge role in my life. And like I said, I've always been able to say, you know what, I want to meet that person, and it happens, like with the Chris Knight thing and Louise Hay, and there's been several others along the way. And I thought it was really cool that I got her book for $1 at a garage sale the day before I moved to Southern California, and then met her 4 years later, walking into my colon hydrotherapist, and she was walking out, and she had the bluest aura I had ever seen. Like I said, she looked like she had a halo around her head and her whole entire body. So I definitely recommend, check out her book, You Can Heal Your Life, and check out her book, I Can Do It, and really practice healing yourself without drugs, without alcohol, without sex, without other people's opinion, without my opinion, without stuffing down food, without eating animal products, without smoking weed. Try to heal. There's nothing wrong with a lot of these things, but a lot of these things, they suppress the nervous system, they suppress the brain, they suppress, try to actually let things come up and feel them. It's hard, I know. It sucks. But once you feel it, you can heal it. And that's what God, the universe, your ancestors that walked before you, your grandma, your grandpa, your dad, your mom, whoever, that's what they want for you. They want you to heal. That's why they went through their struggles before you got here. So I hope this video helped all of you. I just was kind of prompted to record it real quick. I'm actually going to run to the grocery store. I'm going to put on a sweater and I'm going to run to the grocery store. I love each and every one of you. Hey, will you guys do me a favor? Will you subscribe at 3 places on YouTube? The Detox Intuitive is my spiritual channel. I just put up a video that is in the members only section. Andrea Cox TV is my health and wellness channel, and AndreaCox.com for my newsletter. I am so excited for the Oracle deck that Kat and I, Ekaterina and I are working on, that is coming out in May. It is an Oracle deck that is on holistic wellness, the Akashic records, and past lives, and our animal spirit guides. And this house was really motivating for the animal spirit guides because I've met so many different animals that I had never met before I moved here. So thanks, you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful night. And my foot is asleep, so I'm going to kind of kneel down and be well. Bye. Good. Good job, boys. You guys were so good. Medium barks and you're good boys.